Hi, my name is Lydia Neuroth, and I'm the project manager for Virginia Untold at the Library of Virginia. This presentation explains one of the many record types you can find within our Virginia Untold database, Petitions for Re-Enslavement. Virginia Untold is a digital project that provides access to records in the Library of Virginia's collections that document the experiences of enslaved and free Black people pre-1865. Virginia Untold exists as a database of digital images that you can search. We have processed, digitized, and indexed thousands of documents, such as court records, registrations of free people, tax records, deeds, and more. We now have over 20,000 documents digitized through Virginia Untold. When conducting research, it is useful to understand the historical context around how and why these record types were created. The tutorials are meant to provide a very brief overview, including a definition and context of the record type, what documents you will find associated with that record, example images, and how to locate them through the website. This is not meant to be a thorough historical study of these records, but rather a brief description to assist you in your research. Printed context can be found on our website, which I will point to in a moment. What is a petition for re-enslavement? An act passed by the Virginia General Assembly in May 1806 required formerly enslaved people to leave the Commonwealth within 12 months of being granted their freedom. Individuals were forced to leave behind family, friends, and community that remained enslaved. In addition, many emancipated people did not have the financial means or social support to move to a free state. One option to preserve family and relationships was to return to slavery. In 1856, the Virginia General Assembly passed an act allowing free Black individuals who desired to remain in the Commonwealth to petition for re-enslavement. Only a small number of free Black Virginians petitioned the courts to re-enslave themselves to an enslaver of choice, and an even smaller percentage actually succeeded. Many petitioners chose enslavers that they knew well, or an enslaver who owned their spouse or a family member. Within these documents, some of the information that you should find will include the petitioner's name, the previous enslaver, the means of emancipation, and their new desired enslaver. In addition to these standard pieces of information, some petition packets can also include documentary evidence for emancipation, such as wills or deeds of emancipation. The documents or the petition itself may also include names of relatives, like spouses or children, ages, and other genealogical information that might be useful for making sense of a person's life. Let's spend a moment trying to locate these record types within the Virginia Untold website. First, I would like to point out where we can access this printed context that I referred to earlier. Selecting Virginia Untold record types within the very main page of the Virginia Untold website will take you out to a 16-page document that includes printed context around each of these records. It's a great, quick reference guide if you've forgotten or just need a refresher on what these records are. One of the easiest ways to access these records by record type within the Untold website is to actually use the feature at the top of the page called Search by Record Type. This will actually take you out to what we call the Digital Collections Discovery page. We have broken all of the record types within Virginia Untold into sub-collections, and they are alphabetical. So scrolling down, we could select Petitions for Re-Enslavement and reveal all 42 items. Again, this is a small collection. Note that searching in this way does not allow you a very advanced search functionality. You could insert a name or a locality here, but I actually do suggest that if you are maybe a little bit more advanced, using the actual advanced search feature within the Virginia Untold website, which will take you to a different page where you can change the drop-down feature for the fields. So we're searching by record type today, and I will need to enter the record type name the exact way that it shows up in the catalog, which can be a little confusing. This does not include a hyphen in this particular instance. So I'm going to click enter and it's going to take me to the same amount of results that we saw on the digital collections discovery page, which is good. We should be seeing the same amount. Let's choose Jephthah here from Madison County to just demonstrate how to find this record, the actual image of it. It's going to take us out to an intermediary page that provides an overview, a description of the record, the date, the title, how to access the original document if that's interesting or useful to you. But clicking on this blue link here, available at Rosetta Digital Repository, takes us to our digital repository. That's exactly where we've gone. We see the original document that's been scanned. It's 9 pages long, and the handwriting isn't great. It actually looks like Jephthah included her will document at the very end of this packet here. So I might use the transcription to help me read through this a little bit more quickly and make sense of what's going on, how Jephthah is petitioning the court for re-enslavement. Note that that descriptive information is also going to show up on the right side of the screen here in the repository if we need to access that. Again, the finding aid link is here and information about the record type itself. These particular documents do actually have a connection to other record types within the Virginia Untold database, and those are apprenticeship indentures. Free Black men and women who petitioned to be re-enslaved and were successful, actually, if you consider it, they lost legal control over their relationships. For this reason, many were known to use the apprenticeship method as a way of preserving the integrity of their families. Especially in the case of multiple children, some parents bound out their kids as a unit to a chosen enslaver for a finite period of time, hopefully ensuring that the children would not be split up and sold into the slave trade. Some chose enslavers in the neighborhoods adjacent to their own homes, hoping to be close at hand to protect or act quickly if something were to occur. Note that proximity also increased the chance that a white neighbor could testify to the child's free birth if necessary. You can actually read more about how one woman of color chose to protect her family's integrity in the blog post, The Cullens Family of Powhatan County, which is linked on the screen. After her sisters were sold back into slavery, Judith Cullens willingly petitioned the court to be re-enslaved to the white lawyer who had helped her family in a previous suit for their freedom. If you have further questions, the sources on the right side of the screen provide further reading around some of the topics discussed in this presentation. You can also use my contact information to follow up with any comments or questions. Thanks for tuning in.